let me get this done. This is feed these Steam Deck fans real quick. Let's get it. All right, what we got? All right, let's see. All right, we can knock this out. What time is it? 11:28. It's nothing. We're gonna be done with this in about 30 minutes or less. So let me just get this out of the way and get it done here. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Oh, by the way, hello viewers. Another beautiful day. Yeah, hope your 5 senses of work, health, and strength is good or excellent. What? Oh, by the way, good morning again. Let me get this done. Get this out of the way. Get it finished real quick. What do we got? Steam OS 3.6.16. Alright. Yeah, you Steam Deck fans getting spoiled anyway. Let's see here. Steam Deck beta gets big game recording improvement plus Steam Deck OS 3.6.16 beta out now. Remember I told you about that 2 terabytes of storage on the Steam Deck? What it's for? Okay, hope you were listening. Anyway, let's see what do we got here. It says here, Valve release a fresh Steam client beta for all platform with some big game recording improvement. Plus, there's also another small Steam Deck SteamOS beta update. First up, Steam Deck SteamOS 3.6.16, and of the line beta has this one note: fix a system crash when hot plugging a second display in the desktop mode. All right. A Steam client beta has also released with these changes specific to a Steam Deck. Says here, fix a game store on external drive still showing available when the drive is removed. Make the interaction on the login password entry attempt to log in rather than requiring navigation to submit button. Improve compatibility for native titles that have not been reviewed by yet, launching them in the same runtime environment as review titles. Added settings to record microphone input alongside gameplay audio. Then it says add main Steam client beta changes. General update embedded Chromium build in Steam to 126.0 6478.183. Game recording. Add support for recording with H.265. And it says in parentheses, have C video codec when supported by machine GPU. This enables by default on Windows and should provide improved recording video quality over H.264 at the same file size. Coming soon to Mac and Linux. And then it says add support for recording up to 4K video resolution when using H.265. Then in parentheses, have C. Says here, adds a new auto quality setting that will set recording bitrate based on the game's video resolution. This will raise the bit rate when recording games running in 4K to keep the record video sharp, and lower the resolution when running a game at 1080p to save disk space. This setting is on by default for all users. Add support for recording ultra-wide monitors up to 32.9 aspect ratio. Add setting to limit the width and height to record video. Export a recording to file, clipboard, or chat. Will now use machine GPU to perform encoding and decoding when available. Generating screenshot from recordings will now use machine GPU when available. Fix multiple issues where exporting a recording could fail. Add support settings dialog to allow custom file size or other settings when exporting a clip. Add video preview to the background recording item in the media manager when hovering them with a mouse or focusing them in BPM. Add video preview to background recording items in the app detail page. Screenshot section when hovering them with a mouse or focusing them in BPM. In per game settings, add the ability to record a specific game indefinitely with no specified time limit. Integrated the list of games where recording is disabled into the per game settings. Steam input. Fix a crash occurring when querying community controller configurations in configurator. Remote play. Add support for AV1 video streaming on high-end systems. Steam overlay. Fix a crash in some games using D3D9. Windows. This version of Steam Client will no longer run on Windows 7 or 8. Users on these OS versions will automatically be adopted out of the beta. Then it says see here for additional details. Improved detection of other computers or streaming and per downloading when using a secondary wireless interface. Mac OS. This version of the Steam Client will no longer run on Mac OS 10.13 or 10.14. Users on these OS version will automatically be opted out of the beta. See here for additional details. And then it says Linux. Fix some miscellaneous common crashes. Fix some part of the in-game overlay ignoring clicks when the game recording timeline is visible. Fix slow startup on screen where reverse hostname lookup for loopback interface is not local host. Detecting and passing commands to an already running Steam client is significantly faster. Add a disable screensaver inhibits command line option to prevent Steam from inhibiting the screensaver when active is detected. And it says hopefully it won't take Valve too long to hook up H.265, that's Hef-C in parentheses, on Linux. Sounds great. Nice to see the continued Linux improvement overall. Two? Yeah, you Steam Deck fans, you're spoiled. Alright, what else we got? Since we talking video games here. Let's see here. Check out the demo for Pip My Dice, a roguelike inspired by Balatro and Yahtzee. Pip My Dice. Anyway, so what he got here? Says here, climb the leaderboard with seeds of random runs to compete with Whirl or your friends. Select from 10 plus different starting dice cups, 35 plus different dice modifiers with unique effects, 100 plus relics to create various builds and synergies with your dice, 20 different bosses to defeat, 20 plus consumable to give you some extra help when you need it most, level up your combination slot as the run goes on, save your favorite seeds to replay shares up with your friends. It says check out demo page, full game is due out in the first quarter 2025. Alright, whatever. Pip My Dice. Anyway, what else we got? What's this? Counter-Strike. See, you Steam Deck fans are always getting spoiled anyway. You Linux gamers. Let's see here. Counter-Strike 2 update. The Armory release with weapon charms. Valve released the latest major update to Counter-Strike 2 that bring with it more than 100 new items including weapons charms. These charms are quite popular in other shooters, so it's not a big surprise to see Valve add them in. Plus, it's yet another cosmetic item for Valve to basically print money with. This brings with it a new battle pass system, which Valve call an Armory Pass, although they work more like a ticket. You can have up to 5 of them active at a time. Each Armory Pass costs $12.79, so they're certainly not cheap, and they each give a total of 40 credits. All new stuff is gated behind this system too, so you have to buy pass and then actually play to earn Armory credits to then redeem them for items. And then it says the new weapon charm looks quite nice and you can place them anywhere on your weapons too. In true Valve style, it's all random too. You can select a specific category of items to spend your credits and then pay up to receive a random item from the collection. Obviously, this is to get you to pay and play more. Says here, Valve also made some changes to the inventory item, placing a 7-day retrade and remarket restriction on everything, no matter how you get them. That includes the in-game store, including the Armory, trade offers, and Steam Community Market. There's also some network improvement, animation improvements, and various bug fixes. Yeah, you Counter-Strike fans, yeah. So see all the changes in the special update page. Alright. Yeah, you Steam Deck fans, you got plenty of games to play. Yeah, you. Alright, what else we got? I talked about this yesterday, I think, if I'm not mistaken. It says here, Doom ported to run almost entirely on AMD GPUs. Whatever will they do with Doom next? A developer at AMD decided to port over classic Doom to run almost entirely on the GPU. Why? In their own words, because I can. It says from the Doom GPU GitHub page, this is a part of Doom that runs almost entirely on GPU using LVMC library for GPUs based on the Doom generic interface. To try it, you'll need a WAD file, game data. If you don't own the game, shareware version is freely available. Doom, then it says in parentheses, doom1.wad, close parentheses, says the implementation works on NVIDIA as well as AMD GPUs. To use NVIDIA implementation, perform the same step but with the MPVTX loader and make a target. It says here, we've seen Doom run on basically everything, so why not just a GPU? According to a GitHub page, it's currently require a Linux system, an AMD GPU with a ROC-M support, SDL2 libraries, a ROC-M or ROX-R runtime installation, and an LVM build off the main branch. Then it says LVM20 as of writing. How they did it? The clan compiler can target GPU directly. We emit a single kernel that called the main function that requires the operating system are handled through the RPC interface. See my LVM talk for more information. It says the implementation defines the AMD GPU loader utility, which handles launching the main kernel, setting up SDL2 window interface, and provide functions to get the input keys and write the output frame buffer. Okay, it's not entirely on the GPU, but all the logic and rendering runs on GPU. Sounds like they were bored. That's what it sounds like. But anyway, let me keep going here. Running. Doom is all over the place. Alright, what's this? It says XR glasses on Linux. Steam Deck gets vastly better with XR gaming plugin. So you can run let's see, what's that, MetaQuest on the Steam Deck. Yeah, you guys are spoiled. Anyway, it says here, let's see, developer Wayne Henney has been working to make XR glasses on Linux / Steam Deck a much better experience, and their latest release of the XR gaming plugin sounds awesome. Henney has been working on the XR Linux driver for Linux device, including the Steam Deck, to automatically recognize support for XR glasses, Breezy Desktop, a collection of tools to enable virtual desktop environment for gaming and productivity, Desktop Linux, and the Decky Loader XR gaming plugin to bring easy control directly in Steam Deck gaming mode. So this includes support for the popular XR glasses from Virtue, TLC / Ray Neo, and Rokid and Xreal. It says, as they said on Reddit, the new 1.0 XR gaming plugin brings 1. Virtual display mode. Pin your game so it doesn't follow your head movement. Enable side by side so the display can be pulled in closer like a real monitor or move further away to reduce eye strain or play games that support 3D side by side. Then it says VR Lite mode. Head tracking in first and third person games create a VR-like experience for non-VR games. Doesn't require Steam VR, etc. Says follow mode. Resize and reposition the display, put in the corner of your display, or just make it smaller so it's easier to see the edge. Enable smooth flow so screen glides to follow you and smooth out bumps and jerks. Virtual display. Smooth and follows mode give you the ability to zoom in for a more IMAX-like experience. This crops the display, but you can use head movement to look to the edges, or enable a curved display that wraps around you for easier viewing. Then it says, if you've used the plugin before, the best improvement is that the virtual display and follow effects apply across everything in game mode. SteamOS views like Home and Library, all game streaming apps like Chikai and Moonlight, even apps like Firefox. Then it says currently it requires the latest Steam OS 3.6 beta. Then it says some of their future plans includes native KD support for Breezy Desktop, multi-monitor support for Breezy Desktop, for productivity on genome, monato integration, and more. Yeah, you guys are good. Anyway, what else we got here? Since we talking video games here, let's see here. Alright. Here's another game. Another game about Death Daughter Prim release October 24th. It says Common Color and Application System Heidelberg have announced that the creepy but cult point-and-click adventure game full of dark humor will release on October 24th. Here you play as Prim, and after her mother passing away, you discover that your deaf daughter, now forced to live with death. It's all about trying to escape the Grim Reaper's strict rules. More about it. At the core, Prim is a story of father learning to let go of control and a girl finding her place in the world. But it's also a thrilling adventure full of magic, darkness. On her journey, Prim has to switch between the realm of dead and the land of the living, where she faces demons, real ones, and ones within herself, while always being accompanied by her sidekick, an eye with spider legs. It says here, features emotional yet humorous story about family, friendship, and fatalities. Imaginative realms of the dead present in gorgeous hand-point-click graphics, brain-teasing puzzles and diverse minigames, multiple playable characters, immersive orchestral soundtrack recorded live by film orchestral Babelberg, full English or German voice acting, text in English, German, Italian, Spanish, French, and Brazilian Portuguese. Prim will have native Linux support. Follow it on Steam. Now this game might not be for some people based on what's in it, so you might want to have to play something else, you know. Yeah, just to keep your conscience clear. You know, you get the point. But anyway, let me stop playing here. Let's see here. Oh, here we. Humble. Man, what's going on our side? Anyway, let's see. Humble choice for October is stacked with full of goods. What they got? Juicent, Proton DB Gold, Dome Keeper, Native Linux, Jack Move, Proton DB Platinum, MC Pixel 3, Native Linux, Station to Station, Proton DB Platinum, Remnant Records, Proton DB Platinum, Steam Deck unsupported Persona 5 Strikers, Proton DB Gold. It says use GE Proton and it works fine. Remnant 2, Proton DB Gold. Apparently it's actually run a lot better with FSR 3. And yeah, Humble, yeah, those guys, you know, Fanatical, you know, Epic, GOG, Steam, you know those guys. Anyway, let me keep moving here, sitting here playing around. What's this? It says more info on the Valve Steam collab with Arch Linux and potential future of hardware support. What are they talking about? Let's see here. Recently we had a big news that Valve Steam began a collaboration with Arch Linux to help fund two very specific part of Linux distribution. Now we have a bit more info on what it means. After an interview with recently from the Air M4X YouTube channel with an Arch Linux developer, and they took Reddit to explain things a little bit further to help people understand what's happening. Here's an excerpt. It said basically the way the package are currently built / managed still requires a few manual interventions from package maintainers, and then it says in parentheses trigger the build itself and sign in the build package. So afterwards, as of now, supporting multiple architectures would mean multiplying those manual steps by the numbers of supported / target architectures. With the current number of packages compared to the current number of volunteers, package maintainers maintaining them, Arch is not able to handle the extra amount of effort that it would imply. a central build service, and a central secure signing enclave. The two projects concerned by that Valve sponsoring would streamline the overall process by allowing automated builds and signing for package without requiring any manual step intervention from package maintainers anymore. Then it says in parentheses, and it will also allow to increase the security of the process as a side benefit, close parentheses. Only such a streamlined/automated workflow will allow us to start working on supporting multiple architectures without implying to multiply the current amount of required effort. Says, in other words, those projects are prerequisites to start working on multiple architecture support in a clean and sane way, which is an end goal shared by both Arch and Valve. Says here, so basically a lot of it is towards supporting multiple architectures, and with the news that Valve are seemingly working on supporting some form of ARM and Android support, likely for a future VR headset, it says this definitely makes sense, especially when Valve already use Arch Linux for SteamOS on the Steam Deck. It seems increasingly likely that Valve will use an Arch Linux base for what comes next. And they say, and Tiz has also been replying to other comments on Reddit in one post, noting that it's very much their end goal. It is very much their end goal for Arch Linux to support multiple architecture. It says, check out the full interview on the A1RMX YouTube channel with Arch Linux developer and Tiz. Valve and Arch Linux, folks. Alright, next piece of news here. I got distracted with the noise outside, but anyway, let me keep going here. Get this thing over with. Let's see here. What have we got? Okay, what's this? Let me see. Monty Python's humor focus with reminiscence art comes in depths of reprobate on November 7th. I can't even get my thoughts right. Says here, solo developer Joe Richardson is bringing on another brilliantly fun fusion of Monty Pythonese humor with artwork style, moving reminiscence, reassistance painting in the depth of reprobate. This is their third game in this style, following on from the four last things in 2017 and the procession to Calvary from 2020. It's a standalone game technically, so you don't need to have to play or know anything from the previous games, but it does continue the overall story of Immortal John. More about it in the stark defiance of his name. Immortal John is dying. His heir Malcolm graciously takes a break from ordering cruel and unusual execution to visit the dying man and seeking his inheritance. I mean, fulfill his final wishes. Unfortunately for Malcolm, the promised title and riches will only be awarded if he completes 7 good deeds before sundown, guided by the Lord God Almighty. And then it says in parentheses, quite literally, if you're stuck, he's the one holding a big arrow. Close parentheses, it says the player must set forth in a surreal world for our reassistance painting and help most preposterous character in order to earn Malcolm his inheritance. And let's see here. It says follow it on Steam, so you have point and clicking, reassist artwork, classical music, and procession to the Calvary, and highbrow buffoonery. Anyway, let me keep going here. I got distracted by the noise outside, so yeah. Alright, let me keep going here. 2 more pieces of news here. Let's see here. Praise the Emperor. There's a Warhammer Humble bundle of games for you. Here we go again. Humble. What do we got? Warhammer 40,000, Battle Sector, Proton DB Platinum, Warhammer 40,000 Shooters, Blood and Thief, Proton DB Gold. Steam Deck playable Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitors, Marty, Proton DB Gold. Warhammer 40,000 Inquisitors, Prophecy, Proton DB Gold. Warhammer 40,000 Daka Squadron, Flyboys Edition, Proton DB Gold. And then Steam Deck unsupported, Warhammer 40,000 Chaos Gate, Proton DB Platinum. Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Realm of Ruin Ultimate Edition, Proton DB Platinum. And then it says you can also get Chaos Gate and Execution Force and for 60% off, and then Battle Sector for 30% off. Yeah, humble. Anyway, I'm almost done here. One more. Told you we were gonna be finished by in 30 minutes. Here's the last piece of news here, then we're done for the day. All right. It says here, Hearts of Iron 4 gets an expansion pass plus Gutter Demerung DLC release November 14th. And it says here, Paradox Interactive have announced that Hearts of Iron 4 is getting a big new expansion in Gutter Demerung on November 14th, and they're bringing the whole expansion pass idea from other games to Heart of Iron 4 as well. For new expansion pass, you'll get a 20% overall discount. Various buy-in individually in the first pass will give you all of these instant unlock 3 new 3D tank models and a music track. Gutter Demerung expansion November 14, 2024. Graveyard of Empire Country Pack first quarter 2025. Prototype vehicles and unit pack third quarter 2025. It says as for Gutter Demer itself is very much focused on Germany, which Paradox said is something many of you have been clamoring for many years. Sounds like a great addition to the game with super weapons features. So this expansion is also giving you some new special tool as Paradox developer. Yeah, and it says he said war drives all sorts of technological innovation in an attempt to outdo opponents, and although many projects ultimately never saw the battlefield, Gutter Demerung aims to tie together existing research system with a new experimental research mechanic that allow for both historical and less historical but plausible super projects to be pursued. The research process will become an important part of gameplay, with scientists map located experimental facilities and supporting infrastructure all combining to produce a wide variety of outcomes that augment your forces or change the very nature of war you're fighting. And says here, based on the regular players, this seems to be currently the most popular grand strategy game from Paradox. You can buy the Hearts of Iron 4 from Fanatical, Humble, and of course Steam. And there you have it. That's all the news I got to report. So you guys got a new Steam OS update, so that should help out for now. Let's see here, which one is this? 3.6.16. so that should help you for now and keep you guys playing your Steam Decks, your PCs, and make your game more enjoyable. You know, Valve is always working, so updates come in at any given hour, any given day. So yeah, Humble's always having deals. So is Fanatical. So is Steam. There's the I think Capcom sale, Konami sale. So you know, there's some new games coming out this month. Yeah, and of course with games comes what? Updates. So that that 2 terabytes of storage for the Steam Deck, that's important, because that's really for your Steam OS updates, all your Protons, the apps that you use, the utilities that you use. Your games, you want to put it on like a 1 terabyte SD card, micro SD card, 1.5, 2 terabyte micro SD card, or even the 4 terabyte one that's coming. So yeah, so or you can put it, or you can mount a We can get a docking station with external SSD support for your storing your games, and you can also mount a external SSD to the Steam Deck through the docking station. So yeah, and that should turn your Steam Deck into a full-fledged. It is a portable PC, by the way. So yeah, and connect all your displays and stuff. So, and of course you got your controllers. So updates are always rolling in, man. News are always happening. So I got you guys covered. So I got 2 sets of news coming at you. Actually 3. So I'm gonna drop all of them in about the next 15 minutes. So anyway, I'm gonna leave this video for you guys to enjoy though. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still a Star Wars Star Trek fan. For Dark Side. Go. Peace.